you read, please?
This one. All right, bye. I love you. Have a good day in school. You ate. You good? You straight? I'm gonna smack it over. All right, so my little one just had a doctor's appointment. Bye. I love you. Have a good day in school. Walk, Noah. Don't run. I'm gonna smack his little behind because his ass is still running when I just told him to walk and not run. Okay, breakfast is given. Doctor's appointment is done. He's going to school and I'm going right back to work. So I got him a breakfast sandwich. My mom a breakfast sandwich. I got one. So everything is done. Now I got to go back to work. So that's that. All right. So everything is done. I got everything that I needed to get done. Thank God. And I think for me, you guys, oh my goodness, I'm going to be running Susie to run her on the sidewalk, please. Oh my goodness, this lady is jogging, so I'm calling her running Susie like me. You know what? I think it's cool, right? I love when people want to jog because I love jogging. But my thing is, when there's a sidewalk, right? You know that there's heavy traffic on the street or the path that you're taking. You might want to get on the sidewalk because then, God forbid, if you get hit, you know, technically speaking, I don't know if you could blame the other party because there's a sidewalk and there is a long strip of a sidewalk. We're running super jogging at, man. And I get it, you know, some people don't like to jog on the sidewalk because they like, you know, the cracks and this and that, whatever. Oh my goodness, you guys, this garbage truck is right here and I can't get by it. I don't got time to wait for this garbage truck to go because I gotta go to work. Now I gotta go all the way back because I can't wait for it to go. Respectfully speaking, and I know that they gotta do their job, which is cool. So I'm gonna take my little black and go all the way back around again. Okay. Now I'm cool with being patient, which I don't mind, but again, I don't want to lose more time at my job than what I have to, so I can also take another route, which is a good thing. So it's not like I'm saying, oh my goodness, like, no, I'm just gonna take a whole nother route. You know what I mean? That's all. Listen, when you got a lot of different ways to go, babes, you take a whole bunch of different ways. You know, they got to do their job. So I don't like when people are doing their job and then people start beeping and honking at them like, what the hell are you doing? Like, they got to do this. What are you tripping for? Either back your ass up and go around or just wait. You know what I mean? That's all you got to do, babes. That's all. I'm just going to take a whole nother route. That's all. It is too many ways for me to be able to go, for me to be sitting up here and getting mad at somebody who's doing a job. Listen, I got to do a job, so, you know, I'm never going to sit up here and get mad at somebody for doing this. That's just not going to happen. Oh my goodness, y'all. Why did I run right back into the garbage truck? Why I run right into them? I sure did. Alright. I mean, literally right into them too. That's the funny part. So listen, sometimes you just gotta just take a different route. That's okay. Sometimes, even in life, sometimes you gotta take a different route. You be alright. It may not be the path that you want, but baby, you on the path, so you go with it. That's all. Today, I'm grateful this morning, right? Which I really, really am. I honestly can say that I am, right? And I think that something that I genuinely believe in is that when you are trying to be better at something, right? And you're really trying to change the way you are. I told you guys, I feel like that's when the devil starts knocking at your door, right? And that's where your faith gets tested. I feel in a sense, I wouldn't say my test has been tested, but I will say my patience has been tested. Honest to God, that has definitely been tested. Just because with everything I have going on, and what I got to do, and I always look at it in a manner of somebody is probably going through something worse than I am. So I'm not really going through nothing. I'm just living. And I'm just being a mother, like mothers and fathers do every single day. So it was nothing special, it was nothing, crazy. Just that my being a mother just comes with a whole lot of ups and downs and lefts and rights and this and that. Mom, did he have a good night? All right, bye, I'm leaving. I'm glad. Bye, Mom. His doctor's appointment went fine. Bye. Then I came back this way just to check on my mom real fast before I went to work to see how Noah's night was and to see how she was. That's how you do it. Now I'm on my way to work. Office calling me. Jesus. I wish somebody would send me some. What's the name? Y'all know what? Hold on, you guys. My phone finna die. And I'm back on the charger. My son has a doctor's appointment. Another doctor's appointment coming up. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So my baby has another doctor's appointment coming up. I can't make this stuff up. Doctor just called me and just was like, they left a voice message on my phone about his other doctor's appointment. I'm just like, he will be there with bells on. That's why I tell people, my son has epilepsy, so he can't afford to miss no doctor's appointments, okay? That's why I'm telling you guys, I don't mind, leaving work and going back, even though, I basically, in a sense, I lose out because I lose out on money because of, me having to leave and come back, but it's all worth it, to be honest with you. It genuinely is worth it to stick to my son. Hold on, you guys, I gotta just charge my phone. Hold on. Ha. My gas. I'm gonna just put all my stuff up before I start pulling it off. But yeah, I don't mind it. Every last wire came off this damn thing. It's cool. I just want to make sure that I got everything put away. But I tell people, when you become a mother, I'm starting to realize that even if you're a dad, right, and you feel like your child mother isn't in her life, I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If you know what you're doing for the sake of your daughter or for the sake of your son, and you're a man and you're doing what you got to do, don't even worry about it, because at the end of the day, it's not worth bashing them. It's not worth speaking negatively on them, about them, or to them, because that's not gonna get you nowhere but more frustrated. And that's why I tell people, I believe in one thing, right? If I believe that a man should be around his son, and I believe a woman should be around her daughter. I do believe that, but I will also say, if you are a single parent, regardless if you are a male or a female, right, and if you have your child on a particular schedule, okay, certain schedule, don't let nobody come in now saying, oh, I want my child. Okay, that's cool, but guess what, baby, they on a schedule, so now you got to adjust your time to their time, because I had to make my time work for them. So you're not gonna come in and say, oh, I want them on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Oh no, they have school activities that they have to go to. So guess what? You better finesse this, because when I got a schedule packed down, I don't think so, babes. I don't think so. You are not gonna come in and interfere with the schedule that I have for this child. Is this car gonna let me over? I'm taking it. That I have for this child. Because now all of a sudden now you want to come back and see them. Oh, yeah, okay. You thought wrong. You thought all the way wrong. I'm not going to finesse their schedule to fit you when I couldn't finesse my schedule to fit me. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, no. I just think that when you have your child grounded, right, with time or just a conversation, you keep them on that path, and you don't let somebody come in and say, up, now I want to come in. You can definitely come in, but now you have to make it work because I had to make it work. And sometimes and I was like, oh, no. Like, no, I can't make something easier for you and then I make it harder for myself, or I can't make it easier for you, but now I'm lacking something. No, like, you gotta figure it out. The same thing that I had to figure out with time and who's gonna watch him or pick him up or drop him off or do this and do that. Now you figure it out, because I'm not figuring. I tell people all the time, I'm not holding nobody hand. I'm not gonna figure something out for you that I had to figure out for myself. Sorry, not sorry, not doing it. Respectfully speaking, but no, thank you. And that's just with anything in life, not even just having a child. But it's like, what is you talking about? No. So I left my job at 7:44. Told y'all it would be roughly 9 o'clock when I got back. So, and I left at that time, and so I could go get him something to eat, and then, check on my mom and see how his night was and things of that nature. Now, I was originally supposed to clock out at 8 on the dot, but didn't have enough time. So again, I'm losing because now it's not the hours that I wanted it to be. So it kind of sucks, but I gotta just shut up and deal with it in a sense. Now tomorrow, I would even try to work from like 7 to 11 just to get like something in, you know what I mean? But if I go into work, then no, I can't go to Taekwondo because I don't have nobody to bring him. Now, if I can find somebody to bring him, I can pick him up, of course. But I would need somebody to bring him. That would be my only issue. So I don't know. I'm damn sure. If anything, as long as he go to Taekwondo tonight, because I do not work my second job tonight. I work my second job tomorrow from 2 to 6. Hi. Right, so I work my second job from 2 to 6 tomorrow since it's Saturday. And that's not bad. So if anything, I will try to see if, like, I'll make sure that he goes to Taekwondo tonight. Right? Hey, JC on 1990 throwback! Right, oh, God. JC on here. Lord Jesus, help my life. Right, so as long as he go to Taekwondo tonight, I really wouldn't be upset about him not going tomorrow, because I'm trying to go to work. If anything, I'm just gonna ask him like, hey, can I do 7 to 11? It's just, just something small, because I'm trying to make up for like me having to leave today and me having to leave yesterday. So and remember, like, when I leave at that, I gotta clock out, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, if anything, make up for it. Again, where I lack at, I try to pick up at. That's literally how I do it. And then yesterday, I started paying some of my bills, like my small bills. I did Capital One, I did Sunbit, I did Progressive, I already did the phone bill, I did Optimum. I think there's like another one that I gotta do. And other than that, I haven't touched anything because I gotta start saving up for next month. So that's literally how I do it. I try to pay things off like little by little, and for me, it works. Instead of me having to pay like, oh my goodness, $190 for something, but I gotta pay rent. So you know what I mean? So I always try to, pay something off little by little. That's how I do it. So I know with Sunbit, my balance is 175, like 175 each month. And then, until I get caught up with paying that off. So I paid $75.25, I think it was. And so now I only gotta pay $100, right? So if I pay that off next week, 50 at my first job, 50 at my second job, somebody's already paid, and that's not due till January because I'm paying it off for December. That's how I do it. I always try to keep myself a month ahead if I can. I try to keep myself a month ahead because I just think, you never know what's going to happen within that month, and how Noah is growing and things of that nature. So I always try to keep myself a month ahead. That way I can pay my rent, stuff like that. So I mean, that just works for me. I don't know about nobody else, but that's how I do it. Like, that's literally how I try to do that all the time, because I think that when you try to stay a month ahead, God forbid if anything comes up, you have that money for, like, let's say if you got $500 extra, right? If something goes wrong, or if you need food or something like that, or if you got a medical bill, you have the money to pay it off because you paid a month ahead. So I always try to keep myself a month ahead. That's why I try to work the way that I try to work so I can make sure I financially can move a month ahead of time. So I always try to make sure I can financially move a month ahead of time, because it works out for me, and it's easier for me like that. So that's how I do it. That's why I tell people I don't complain about having to go to work, because just like everybody else, I got bills. So I think that that's why, like, when I get my taxes, I'll pay my rent off for damn near like 2 months ahead of time. I remember one time I tried to pay it off for a year. Like, I have paid off my car insurance for the year. Like, when I get my taxes, it goes to my bills, yes, but I do keep a little something for Noah, so he can get things that he may need. Doesn't really need nothing, neither does my home. And by the grace of God, with me working the way that I work, I can pay for my food.